Welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio. You know me. I'm Corey DLG.
Still low-key?
Yeah.
We've been hanging around with a pen and a pad. Wait, that's not it.
You're supposed to say I'm Joey Savage. Like I wanted to.
No, I'm not gonna lie to the people.
Flip
like
things up.
you. I'm Corey DLG. Imposter. Identity theft is a serious crime.
That's what I was looking for. Before we get into the Joey Savage birthday bash that happened last weekend,
True.
Corey DL to the Jizzle.
Yes.
Tell us about Space Cadets gaming.
That's right. The holidays are over. We're building up to a brand new year of fun and excitement. We're coming up on a bunch of exciting things that we love in the Nerd Thug world. But what you need to do is you need to get down to Space Cadets Gaming. You need to buy yourself some Hero Clicks,
Some Magic.
some Magic the Gathering. You need to buy yourself some Star Wars Destiny.
Star Wars Armada.
You need to buy yourself some
Star Wars X-Wing.
One of the million
Munchkin.
board games.
Flux.
one of their million board games.
Sink the Titanic.
Sink the Titanic.
Yeah.
There's one that it's like a disease. It's like Pandemic. It seems
Yeah.
interesting because they have a bunch of them. I don't know what they do there.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
Someone else was saying that it's like,
Settlers
interesting.
of Catan.
There you
But
go.
Space Cadets Gaming is
So
located
that's
where?
right. It's on Robinson Road, right there across from the Woodlands Mall in Oak Ridge. You tell BMAC that we sent you. You get 10% off the largest ticketed item on your purchase.
It is well worth it. It is a nice family-friendly atmosphere.
And we
lots
do-
of D&D, lots of Dungeons and Dragons.
We do love the Space Cadets.
We do. We did an event there last night that's going to air next week. We'll talk about that a little bit more on
Oh yeah.
either next segment or Monday show. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. If you're good, we'll talk.
If you're
we'll tell you
good,
about
boys
it.
and girls. So last weekend we celebrated the Joey Savage birthday.
I celebrated.
Corey DLG was there. Ali Savage was there. Our friend B Lumen was there. And so we just kind of went on a little tour of
It's pronounced the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
All through your body.
Yeah.
Rolls like a 12-gauge shotty. Feel me? Like that.
Wow.
Did I do it right?
It was all right.
Cool.
Eh,
So we toured some
So
brew
when's your
pubs.
mixtape?
yeah.
It's coming out in February 29th, 2021.
That's so far away.
February
know.
29th. It's 2020.
I said
Oh.
2021.
Yeah. That makes you a liar
That
again.
means it's not coming out, Colt. Boom, mind blown. Anywho,
Why would you set yourself up for failure like that? though?
Right. You never know. You could
Make
drop
that
a mixtape.
mixtape.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
working with a bunch of morons.
Get signed by Kanye.
Right.
Yeah, I do like me some Kanye West.
You could wear some Yeezys.
some Yeezys.
Man, if you like Kanye, real quick, there's a podcast called Dissect and does long form musical analysis. And I'm working through. This guy's doing a dissection of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Does he give his review on it?
He does a track by track, basically bar by bar breakdown.
I'm out. I don't want people to tell me what to like.
Yeah,
and
you
not
don't like reviews, but
I
that is
don't.
kind of an interesting idea
It's
for
not a review; it's an analysis.
I don't like those either. I want to analyze things myself.
analyze. Yeah, final
made that
answer.
word up.
All right,
Final
so
answer.
what's your analysis then?
So what
Go.
we did last weekend is we went to some brew pubs. We checked out
did.
some local breweries. It's no secret we've been working on some new TV shows. One of those things we are working on is what we like to call the Nerd Thug on Tap. It's a craft beer review show.
Is that what we call it?
Yeah, Nerd Thug on Tap. And
I like it.
yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
I like it.
So we kind of went to some places that we've been talking to. We went to Eureka Heights Brewery right there in the Heights. We hopped on over to Holler Brewing, a new place we never heard of. We went to the Staple Carbach, who's is going to be involved in this project, and then we ended up at the Houston Beer Garden.
Yes.
Really cool place.
I like that place a lot.
Had a lot of fun there.
It was a good place. That was a fun place.
It was. So you've got like whiskey and stuff on one side, like liquor, vodka, wine, and the other side is like beer and
Right.
stuff.
I want to. It might be a little too fancy, but it was fun. We had a lot
You
of
think
fun.
so?
I don't know. Like, there's
Too
a lot of
fancy
people.
for us,
Well, so think about this. Essentially, there's like a beer hut and a booze hut.
right?
So like they're kind of going for like a tiki bar kind of thing,
Right.
But it's like super upscale, like
all
like a
outside.
modern tiki. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like it kind of makes me feel like, how do you dress to go there?
Right.
But it was fun. We had fun.
I was wearing a Nerd Thug shirt.
You were.
and
I was dressed up.
jeans.
I was dressed
and
up.
A bandana and a fitted cap.
I looked dapper.
Yeah, so we had a lot of fun there. There was
Suspenders.
there was some good moments at each place.
Bomber jacket.
Had some crazy Cajun
Fedora.
food at Holler Brewing. That place was
No.
good.
Monocle.
No.
Walking cane.
Oh yeah, those I could see you wearing all those.
I know. All at once.
So that was fun. There's pictures up on the Facebook page. You can see kind of what we were doing. But it reminds me when you said going to fancy places. I don't know if we've told the story. We might have. But it's been a while, so the listeners need to hear this story.
Where are we going with
So we were out one night. It was
this? Oh, yeah.
it was the normal Nerd Thug crew, Maddie Mayhem. We had Ali Savage, me, you. We had some friends of ours, Chris, the Chris's,
and their ladies.
and their lady friends. Sarah, who is
Wait, now this was actually like the first or second time the other Chris had been hung out with that girl.
Yeah.
And they're still together.
yeah, which is we did that.
We made that
We
happen.
made that happen
We
because of
magicked
this
that.
night.
That's right.
And so this is like the second night we were all going out like as a big group. It was like the second week.
Yeah, yeah.
And so our plan was we're gonna go to Baker Street in the Woodlands on Waterway.
Yeah, somebody was like intent. Like they were like, that's where we're
That's
going to
where
go.
we need to go
That's
tonight.
where-
We're like,
yeah.
okay, cool, we'll do it. Well, as we get there, it's raining.
Yes.
And the line to get in is,
Long.
and me and Corey DLG are like,
I don't do lines.
don't do lines.
I'm not doing
famous.
lines to get into a bar.
Right. And
I
I'm not doing those lines to get into a bar.
Right.
Bada boom. So
Right.
we look across the way and there's a place that says bar.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Real low key though, like
Real low key.
just the doorway, and there's a guy outside checking IDs.
So as you can imagine, the girls are all looking very nice.
Yes, they're all made up. They're done to the nines.
But me, you, Maddie Mayhem, the Chris's, we're all in like jeans and t-shirts.
Yeah, I feel like we had been doing something.
Yeah, we're in t-shirts, and so we go in. We make our way in, and you remember we walk in, and to the left there was like a bunch of food,
Yeah.
and so I just started grabbing food and eating because I don't know what this place is.
Right, and it turns out there had been a private party that had just left, and Joey's picking off their table.
Yeah, and so
Joey is picking off their table. It's all finger foods and hors d'oeuvres, but Joey's like, it's off to the side from the entryway, and it's because it was right in the front of their private room where they were making a plate to go sit down.
You know.
And he is now skimming their leftovers.
there's a reason why they call me a savage, and that is one of them.
I mean, free food, right?
Yeah.
And so we sit down.
It was unguarded.
So Colt, when we get into this place, I kid you not, there were probably 15 to 20 people in here.
Less than that, I would say.
12 and a half.
Okay.
They
Sounds
are
like a chill private experience.
they are very dapper dressed.
Yeah, everyone's super done up.
They're older. They're very dressed nice,
And there's a woman singing
but singing like very low key, like jazz music,
into a microphone, like
Like
no
a-
band.
like a speakeasy almost.
Yeah.
Guys, I think you traveled to the 20s.
No.
Kinda, like sort of, it seemed that way. And she's just standing by the bar,
Hop up time machine.
just like singing to people, and but like everyone's just sitting around.
So
like,
so we sit down. We need to order food, right? Well, the only thing that they have that we can all afford is what they
Right.
call like a cheese platter.
Right.
And they bring it out, and we basically started calling them Hampton style Lunchables. Like,
Right.
This is what Lunchables would look like if you lived in the Hamptons.
It's all just like expensive crackers and like poorly like oddly shaped cuts of cheeses and meats.
And so
Like not just circles, but like stars and like weird shapes.
so me and
things.
DLG, we go up to the bar. We're gonna get a beer.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of there's no prices
Nowhere.
on any of the beers.
Nothing.
It's
So-
all draft.
So at this point, now my rule is if they don't put the prices, it's because they know you can't afford it. Like
Right.
they're there to make you use the credit card because this is going to be one of our most expensive experience ever. So already in the back of my head, I'm like, man, they got cheese and crackers out. They don't even have a menu. Like the food menu just had hors d'oeuvres only. Like it didn't have any kind of meals.
This is gonna be dangerous.
So I was like, this is gonna be like $50 drink night.
And so all they have listed are the numbers for the taps,
Right.
and then I think it's either the ABV number or the IBU number.
It was the IBU.
It was the IBU number of these beers.
Because the ABV would have like a 4.5 or an 8.5 or something. The smallest number was like a 12 next to the listed beers.
Right.
So we're looking at it, and the cheapest. None of these are name brands. These are all like
Craft beers.
craft beers.
I think the cheapest one was like 24.
Right. Well, the number next to it, the lowest number was like a 24.
And I was like, dude, I'm about to pay $24 for a beer. And so I look at Corey, I'm like, you know what? YOLO, we only live once. We're only in this fancy place one time. Give me 2 of those.
Right. So he orders 2, thinking that that's the price
I'm about
because
to pay
that's the number.
$50 for 2 beers.
Right. And so I was sitting next to him, and I was like, he wants to close out because I wanted to see how much the beers were. And so when she does it, it's like $6 though. And he's like, what? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's get a round of those. And then I was like, and we're going to do 2 more rounds of the
Yeah.
8s and the 12s.
So they had the
Like, there's-
IBU number, but they didn't have it. They didn't have the IBU listed or it was
Right.
blocked, so you didn't know what you were looking at.
I was just picking numbers at random that are listed over the taps at that point.
Yeah, so it was great. And then, within being in this place for an hour,
Yeah.
this place turned in from a nice, quiet speakeasy to a straight up nightclub.
Right.
Like the music's, they turn on like DJ music. People are dancing.
So the lady who's singing, she wraps up while me and Joey are at the bar, and like everyone claps. It was like a concert, I think. Like everyone claps. She's like, thank you, thank you. She goes over and sits at one of the tables. So then at this point, I was like, dude, is there like, what are they gonna do now? Well, then this other guy just pops out a laptop, plugs in, and just like, and like, yeah, music starts just rolling through, and it was all of a sudden like these 45-year-old, 50-year-old folks are all in suits and stuff, and they're playing Lil Wayne.
And they're getting jiggy with it.
Yeah, and Allie's making requests.
Yeah,
like,
that's what happened. The guys, he starts playing some low key music, and all of a sudden the girls are like, "Hey, we want to hear this and this," and then the next thing you know, it explodes, and we just turned this.
They created a dance floor.
We turned this old people bar into a straight up nightclub.
We did.
We turned it straight up and down.
And like some of the people left, but about half the room stayed.
And the bartenders were happy.
Right.
Because now people are dancing, they're buying more drinks.
Right,
and
now
the
people are ordering
they're
drinks.
slam, and I kept stealing food from the leftovers.
That's true.
It was great.
He kept going into the hall and then coming back, like taking his hands from his mouth as though no one knew what he had been doing. The bathroom wasn't even that way.
They didn't stop me.
No one cared because
You can't stop me now. I just
But you-
livened up the whole place.
you looked homeless.
I just
They were
livened
like,
the whole place.
this poor party animal has nowhere to go.
I just livened up an entire bar.
It's all because it was raining and there was a line at Baker Street.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the greatest thing that can happen to you is you get lost.
Oh,
Right?
what a great Hallmark card.
You get lost and you find something really great.
Just a picture of Snoopy in a field.
Doopy-doopy-doopy-doopy.
But no, we did. We had a blast, and the beers were crazy good because there were all these like different things. Like you and I had, we've always had like unique tastes, but we had just kind of gotten over the Bud Light phase at that point, and it was cool to just we didn't even know
At that
we were
point, I
ordering.
think we were just on a blue moon phase.
Yeah, we kind of were, and so like literally you're yelling numbers and they're just making things.
So now we go places we don't even ask with it. Give me
Yeah.
an IPA,
Right.
and the next time bring me a different one.
Yeah.
Bring me 2 wheats.
At the beer garden, that's
Hey,
all I
Beardy.
did. Yeah, I did. I called one of the bartenders at the beer garden Beardo because I didn't know anyone's name and I needed to stop him from pouring that beer because I'd already seen us get one of those, and so I didn't want another. I told him I want different of. I was like, hey, the name on the tab is K. We have this. So I want a different wheat and a different IPA and a different cider. And he was like, okay. And he looked at it and he started to do stuff and he started to pour one that I already seen that we'd poured once. And I was like, Beardo, Beardy, not that one.
He didn't. And then he poured ice into the cider, which is super weird. But check out to a break. When we come back, there's a crazy football game that happened this week.
Yeah.
I should probably touch on it a little bit.
Well, at least we'll comment.
You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio.